Hey, good evening, everybody. Today's date is Friday, August the 2nd. Happy Friday to everybody. Hope you have an amazing weekend. We're going to do a daily update just to give you my opinion of the market and see how we've been trending so far from the perspective of using indicators and also price action today. So for those that are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Philakone. I've been in the crypto space for about 9 years now. I've gone through two major bull markets and two major bear markets. I remember 9 years ago trading in my parents' basement with $2,000 to my name. And here we are, 9 years later. I live in Turkey. I own a beautiful house. I'm happy with the way crypto is going. I have a very sizable portfolio and also day trading in very large numbers now. Getting back into day trading full time with my elite Discord group where we're constantly trying to look for trades together as a group, hunting for these trades and setups and sharing especially what we learn as well. So welcome everybody. After 9 years, I'm here to provide you with the best quality technical analysis that I can. And keep in mind that I am just another perspective in the market. I'm not the only perspective, but there's multiple ones to consider, but the most important one to consider will always be your own. Make sure you understand that because it's your capital, it's always going to come down to your decisions and ultimately your responsibility for all the losses that you incur and all the profits that you make. It's always your decision. So own up to everything when you actually lose or if you lose and when you take profit as well. Always consider the opinions of other people as well, but the most important one to consider will always be your own. So let's jump right into this. Today, we saw Bitcoin try to rally. Okay. By the way, let's just start off very quickly with my advanced volatility indicator. For those that are new and don't know about it, I designed one of the best indicators out on the market that hunts for volatility, whether it is bearish or whether it is bullish. So what this does is any movement over 5% in 2 hours or 10% in 4 hours or 15% in 24 hours or 20% in 2 days, it will highlight green if it's going upwards or red if it's going downwards. And as you can see here, every single coin is populated from Binance, but only one coin is actually lit up green, which is AMB USDT.P. And this one here is in the third column, so it refers to something has moved over 15% in the past 24 hours. This volatility indicator was designed with two things in mind. One, it's going to give you a gauge of the market and let us know how we're trending. So if you're seeing coins that are lit up green across the board, you would automatically assume that the market is moving and there's volatility, which also means that there's going to be incredible opportunity to trade. If it's, for example, very red across the board, you're going to see that the market is moving to the downside. And also, if it's neutral like this, where there's a combination of green and red, but nothing is actually highlighted, it means that the market is more so neutral right now, and it's waiting for most likely Bitcoin to make a move. And other times, you're going to see one coin or two or five that's rolling against the grain, meaning whatever Bitcoin's doing, perhaps another coin is doing something that Bitcoin's not doing. And for example, in this case, there's AMB. So AMB is moving against the trend right now. And that's case number one that you'd be using it for, a gauge in the market. Case number two is to spot volatility. So if coins are moving, and Bitcoin's moving, or anything is moving to the upside, and it meets this criteria, you're going to find an amazing opportunity to gravitate to that coin, which will present you with an opportunity to day trade. So it means that you're never going to miss a coin to trade again if you are able to spot that volatility. So this took me a very long time to design and to come up with the idea of how I'm supposed to catch volatility. What are you supposed to actually do to catch volatility? Are you supposed to go to, for example, TradingView over here and go to your watch list and just try to memorize these numbers? Or are you just going to keep refreshing it to see which ones moved a lot? How do you compare it to an hour ago or 4 hours ago or 24 hours ago? You can't rely on TradingView or anything else in the market that I've seen. So this indicator right here is going to allow you to gauge the market and never miss a volatile moment again. In a bull market, you are going to see the power of this. If you're interested in this indicator of mine, check out the link below. So let's jump right into Bitcoin and see how we've been trending thus far. So this is the main trend. Whether you guys want to admit it or not, lines And trend lines, they do play a major psychological part of crypto. And it has always been that way so far. Trend lines can come in multiple shapes and forms. They can come in sloped trend lines like this, in a channel. They can come in a horizontal one for supports and resistances, or just like this as well, sloped. If you draw it on different time frames, it may not look the best. For example, on a daily, it's not the best. But on the 4-day, you're seeing it perfectly shaped. And it's also accounting for multiple regions of bear trapped and bull trapped regions, just like over here, where there are wicks going below the channel. You try to take the best estimate based off of the wicks going above and below using the bodies, and that's the best way to draw it. And what I can say here, and everybody can observe this as well, is that we're getting lower highs, lower lows every single time, and that's irrefutable. The second thing that you need to acknowledge as well is that we had another major rejection. Do you see this point right here? This is where many people thought we were going to rally upwards, right here at this point, because the momentum was going upwards. There was a possibility of a crossover to the upside, a possibility of a crossover to the upside. But instead of it rallying and the histogram actually breaking positive, which means that the MACD would have and could have crossed over, it didn't. Instead, it found rejection right here, and then we found a downtrend. If you also notice this series right here, these are a series of 1, 2, 3 red candles. Whenever you see a pattern like this with a body that's fairly sizable, what this is called are 3 black crows. And when you see 3 black crows, a lot of the times the fourth one is either going to downtrend hard or have a consolidation pattern. But if it has a consolidation pattern, the next one is always bearish from what I've observed in the market over 9 years. So this was a major catalyst for these 3 red candles to shape the next drop to come. And what we can see right now so far are 2 gigantic red candles on the 4-day chart. And this second red candle on the 4-day has 1 day and 7 hours left to close, which means that the next candle, if it is also red, it's going to spell disaster in the market. And just like right here, we all thought it was going to break upwards, but it did the complete opposite and it came down with a major crash. And unfortunately, I just don't believe that we're going to break to the upside anytime soon. So if you look at it from the perspective of price action using basic supports and resistances, you can see that this zone looked like it was going to be a resistance, or support rather, okay? Now it's a resistance. This was a support, and then yesterday was also a major support. A lot of people on Twitter were like, look at the daily, it got a huge hammer candle at the support. But guess what? We're right back where we are. So for now, this zone is holding as a support. But you have to ask yourself a realistic question, okay? If this holds, is it really going to be, like, actually, the better question is, will this be the main support that will never get lower and we're simply going to break to the upside into all-time highs? Is that a possibility? Yeah, it's a possibility. But also ask yourself the other side of the question. But is there a possibility for us to not hold and also break down to the lower channel as well? Not only to the lower channel, but to challenge the previous low. So what's more likely, okay? Okay, just generally, first of all, what's more likely? For us to just hold here and skyrocket, or for us to break here and perhaps challenge another low? And we got to think about it from the perspective of the federal election, quantitative easing, interest rate cuts as well. That's all timed for Q4. There's a majority on FedWatch website where there's nothing's going to happen until October. That's where rate cuts are likely going to happen. And there's a majority of people, like 85% of people, agree that there's likely to be a drop in October for the rate cuts, which is also timed with the federal election in November as well, and quantitative easing. Right now, nobody has the kind of capital to inject into the market because borrowing is extremely hard due to the fact that interest rates are extremely high right now. Nobody can afford to pay anything back with the current rates of the interest rate. And that's a fact. So because of that, it's impossible for me to be bullish August and September. I think that Q3 is going to fly by soon. And my best advice is to try to find more capital to invest because I'm still very bullish. People have always asked me, do you think that the bull market is over for this cycle? No, it's not. I don't think it's over in any way at all. So I just don't believe that there's going to be a chance for us to hold here. And if we do, maybe we'll get like one more bounce to the top side there, and everybody's going to think that we're going to the moon again. But realistically, this is not going to hold. I've shown you the MACD, the RSI on the 4-day and the weekly chart. And if you take a look at the weekly again, you can just see how the MACD is on a major downtrend and a collision course to the downside. Maybe if the histogram was breaking upwards and then we crossed to the positive side, or if there was momentum, then it would look like there's a possibility to go to the upside. But right now, there's nothing like that at all. Like literally nothing at all. So because of that, there's no choice but for us to assume that this is not going to hold. And therefore, it makes more sense for us to reach maybe 54K again. That's what I'm really wanting it to retest. Because if you think about 54K again, okay, that's going to create a beautiful double bottom. It also coincides with pretty much the end of September as well. And if you take a look at it on the monthly chart, what do you see? You see a very beautiful bull flag that's forming. And even from the perspective of Elliott Wave, you can see that there's a possibility of something happening like this to the upside if that were to make 5 waves, just as an example. Okay, so the market got rocked today. Everybody was thinking that we were going to hold at these levels, but what ended up happening? We ended up rallying, and then we corrected right back to the same type of levels. So today, the market cap got absolutely destroyed. It recovered a little bit. Actually, the market cap ended up dropping even more for total crypto. So we reached the bottom yesterday, and today it actually made another lower low. So this is the lowest we've ever been in market cap so far since the beginning of July. Also, the altcoin market as well, it got absolutely destroyed for Total 3. Total 3 is the market cap of all of crypto except for Bitcoin and Ethereum. And you can just see that yesterday it got this low, and today it made an even lower low. So it's not looking the best right now, okay? And Bitcoin dominance is still going to the upside, but Bitcoin's not rallying, okay? So the market just doesn't look good in general right now at all. So my best advice to everybody is just be patient, man. There's nothing you can do about the market right now except to be patient and DCA further. So just as much as I'd love to have a bullish case right now, it just doesn't make a lot of sense for us to have any type of bullish momentum to the upside based off of all the metrics that I've talked about fundamentally and also technically. And I'm definitely not going to be one of those moon boys that's going to wish for $100,000, but it's not likely going to come anytime soon. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm holding strong to my position. I'm trying to dollar cost average further. If Bitcoin gets under $60,000, I'd be very interested in multiple alts. Lots of different altcoins are reaching massive lows right now and correcting, and there's ample opportunity. I also suggest strongly to keep cash on hand for those newer coins that come out in 2024 and especially 2025 as well. I'm also looking for day trades as well with my elite group. Every day I'm joining the elite group, participating with them. We're hunting for a trade together daily. I'm actually talking about the positions that I'm taking as well. And if I take a position and it doesn't go my way, I even announced that I'm for example, today I said I'm in a Zcash position, but I exited. I'm out of Zcash, break even. It didn't go my way fast enough before I had to work out. So every day I'm looking for trades and giving them extremely advanced type of tactical analysis as well. So if you guys are interested in my elite group, there's actually only 5 people that can get in per month. You get access to everything, to the best courses that you will see, 40 hours of advanced courses using AI and massive confirmation strategies that will teach you how to enter and exit properly. You're going to get access to my elite group as well, where only 5 people get in a month. You're going to get access to the advanced volatility scanner that you saw, and also to my signals group. So if you're interested in that, make sure to DM me. The slots fill up very fast when I talk about it. I only let 5 people in a month because I want to keep the group very exclusive. So the best thing you can really do right now is to study as much as you can, to gain as much information as you can, because you need to be prepared and more knowledgeable than the guy to your left or girl to your right. The people that will be hyper successful in crypto are the people that have accumulated the most experience and the most knowledge. And the last thing you want is, so many people come up to me, and the last thing you want is for anybody to like to lose a significant amount and not, and because they don't know anything. People always DM me and they're like, Phil, I lost $200,000. This is horrible. What can I do about it? And I asked them like, bro, did you even take any type of courses or try to learn from any professionals and actually try to go through like a system? And they're like, nope, I didn't. Like, so you're messaging me like after losing $200,000 and you wouldn't even spend a little bit on a course? Yeah, okay. Well, people usually end up wanting to learn a lot more after they've lost everything or they regret it. Just don't make that stupid mistake, man. I'm telling you. So DM me and I'm going to give you the best package to get into my elite group, to give you the best source of information from day trading and investing every single day. So for everybody that joined me tonight, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it always. And if you enjoy my content, please make sure that you're hitting the like and the subscribe button just to let me know that I'm doing a great job. So happy Friday, everybody, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Bye now.